probably never see a remake of the original Hellraiser because too many people own a piece of it. As in, like, they had to get so many people to give them money for it.
Right.
That, like, so many people own, like, back ends of it. That, like, you won't get people to do it,
Yeah,
man.
you can't get it to do it.
And, like, there's one called Hellraiser Inferno. And it kind of plays out like Groundhog's Day, where, like, this cop has to, like, find this killer of this little girl. And, like, he keeps finding, like, fingers and stuff like that. And, like, no matter what he does, he can't, like, find a killer. Well, don't you know that he's actually the killer, and Pinhead's torturing him in hell. That's, like, the whole... the whole thing of it.
That's crazy.
I remember Doug Brady, the guy who played Pinhead, said it's not a Hellraiser movie. He said it was written completely sans any Hellraiser themes or images, except the guys had just bought the rights to use the Hellraiser name and likeness of Pinhead. And it was like, well, just write him in it so we can make money off the character.
Right.
So, like, they had this really good script on its own.
Yeah, that is a really good script on its own.
It's like a really good script on its own.
I don't mind seeing that, like, on its own.
And just, like, shoehorned in, like, these characters and these images that just don't fit in this movie.
Yeah.
And that's, one of the things that Doug Brady was like, that's what people do with the Hellraiser name, is because it's one of those, like, people are so loyal to just the name. Oh, game over.
Yeah.
That, like, people will buy or watch anything that has the word.
Yeah, I saw, like, a newer, I forget what it was.
He's like, come at me, bro.
I saw a newer one. It was like the kids were experiencing, like, torture from the Hellraiser characters, but they were really, like, dying on their own. Like, one person asphyxiated, but they had, like, a quote-unquote nightmare or vision that they were being murdered by one of the characters, and it felt like the same way. Like, they were shoehorned into it just to be a Hellraiser movie.
Yeah, and that's...
It had nothing to do with anything.
In fact, it's not even Doug Brady playing the new Pinhead. And it sucks because, like, as much as you, like, want there to be more and more, like, canon material, they do that more and more with the Hellraiser line because, like, they buy it and then they realize, oh, well, we can't use too much of the original stuff in it. Like, a lot of the new movies don't even have the Lament configuration in it because they don't own the rights to that. Clive Barker does. So they can't really use the puzzle box or anything like that.
I think they had the puzzle box then, though.
Oh, they might have been able to... There was something that, like... And, like, Inferno, like, there wasn't even a mention of the puzzle box. Like, the dude just is, like, getting packages in the mail, and it's, like, first, like, a joint of the finger, and then, like, the whole finger, and then, like, another finger, and then another finger. And, like, nothing he does, like, gets him any closer, and he keeps seeing, like, these weird images of, like, dudes in, like, leather, and I'm like... And, like, if you take that out, and you could tell they're, like, filmed way after, you know what I mean? They're just kind of, like, put in. Like, if you take...
That's what this felt like. It felt like some of the scenes with the what do they call them?
Cenobites?
Yeah. It felt like that was just kind of put in later.
They do that. Oh, there was another one. The newest Mummy movie with Brendan Fraser.
Uh-huh.
Take that movie.
The Tomb, Emperor's Tomb.
Minus Brendan Fraser and anything to do with the Mummy. That's how the original movie was. The original script was basically Brendan Fraser was not in it. Just like remove, literally just take it out.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I don't think people watch a movie with an Asian star and we need another Mummy movie. So just write Brendan Fraser's character in. That's literally how it was done.
It really feels like it because they couldn't get the original mom because I guess she felt like she couldn't be too old. Old. Or something, so they're just kind of like... I felt like it may have been written for someone else anyway.
No, it
Yeah,
wasn't
like,
even
it
wasn't even
wasn't.
written for an American. It was just supposed to be what's her name, Michelle Yeoh,
Hmm?
Super Cop 2, and it was just supposed to be like her and like that, and it wasn't even supposed to be Brendan Fraser or nobody in it.
Really?
And it just was like, oh, there you go, there's a new Mummy movie.
Was it in like an Asian movie? Like, was
Yeah, it
like
was supposed. It was like a.
Because it felt very. I guess they tried to be like kind of authentic to certain things. They tried to, you know what I mean? Like
It was
it
was
felt like they
supposed
tried
to
to
be an Asian movie to an extent, kind of like I don't want to say like Crouching Tiger because that was
Yeah.
still kind of like very much like a Hong Kong movie,
Yeah.
but it was kind of like a an American take on an Asian trope
Yeah.
type of deal. If that makes any sense, is like it was still like an American done, almost like a Jackie Chan movie.
Yeah.
Or like his still used like
Mhm.
did like Hong Kong cinema techniques, but like it's westernized. It's totally American, like Mr. Nice Guy or Rumble in the Bronx.
Yeah.
Like if you notice, a lot of the people that he ends up fighting are still,
Yeah.
you know, the Jackie Chan stuntman school.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's kind of the big business of
And
like
that movie-
shoehorning
that movie-
stuff in.
That movie kind of like felt like that too, because I watched it and like, and my mom really likes like the Mummy movies for some reason. It's funny because she's like not in the horror.
It's like
It's pseudo horror.
it's pseudo horrible.
I don't mind them. Like I like.
I like the first one.
Yeah, the first one.
And the second one, I like Scorpion King. I like the Scorpion
I
King.
never saw that. But yeah.
I guess spin-off, if you
Yeah.
want to call it. Like that was an
There's like
interest.
3 of those now. Yeah. there's
You didn't see
Scorpion
my.
King
You
and
guys
3.
can't see my face, but like my face is.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're still talking. I totally forgot. Anyway.
Oh, by the way, Nightmare on Elm Street. There we go.
Wow, that's how forgettable
That
this
image,
game
that
is.
image has literally been there for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed listening to talk about movies because this game was bullshit. I would actually rather watch a Nightmare on Elm Street movie than play this game again.
Works for me.
Like Jake, I'll let you behind the scenes. I usually play the games, and Jake kind of like just kind of keeps me talking.
Twiddles his thumbs.
Well, no, because it's not like I'm trying to be a game hog. It's just
You're nothing but a game hog, Chris.
it's easier to show like gameplay footage of people who know how to play the games.
Mhm.
I've played these old Nintendo games. Jake really hasn't.
Yeah.
And so
I
like
was a Super Nintendo kid.
yeah, like so like Jake plays SWAT Cats.
That was one.
But like I'll usually like pass it off to Jake so he can get like a feel. And he had this look on his face like I see you over there like pounding the controller with your fist and like not getting any reaction. That game is hard to play with one player. How are you
Imagine
gonna
4
play it with
players.
4 players?
I don't know, but I'm curious.
Oh my god. Anyway,
Someday.
what are your thoughts on anything that we said, if you even care about anything that we said? Let us know what your favorite Nightmare on Elm Street movie was. What's your favorite Nightmare on Elm Street death scene? There's a ton of those.
Yeah.
My favorite one has to be... It has to be the one Dream Masters where it's the kid in the wheelchair and he's like the Dungeons and Dragons guy and he's like fireball,
I've heard of that,
fireball, and he has like this really like mean smart ass thing. He's like, it might be your dreams but it's my reality or something
Yeah.
like that, and just like crushes this handicapped kid. And he's like, oh my god, Freddy, you're terrible. You're a terrible guy. What's your favorite Nightmare on Elm Street kill? There's a ton of them. Let us know.
Yeah.
In our comment section. Like us on Facebook. Watch us on YouTube and tell us tell us games to play.
Send us a cookie.
Send us games to play.
And a cookie.
And cookies. And suggest games, or we'll play more games like Nightmare on Elm Street. Come at me, bro!